See, we will be discussing what is specific about this livestock. There has been question on livestock in the past. Right. So livestock is basically when we were discussing about the use of insurance. So insurance was basically, if agricultural insurance, it was for those times when the farmer is not having something during the time of exigency, crisis. So this livestock, for example, your crop failure is there no crop, at that time you will still be supported by this livestock, isn't it? That means this livestock is acting as insurance. Secondly, it has been observed that this livestock is basically promotes equity. Equity in the sense, for example, if you want to have more land, you need more money, right? But in case of this livestock, even poor people can have all these things, right? That means it is promoting more equity. Then they are saying that it is more gender equity. That means women are engaged in this. That means we are involving women in the financial cycle. Besides it, what they are seeing that the present issue is like with the regional development, like what we are talking about, this dry farming in all those regions. In those regions, you can promote the development of livestock. Right. Now, these are traditional concepts. Talking about the, you can add on this, like in the contemporary scenario, when we are talking about promoting sustainable agriculture, like ZBNF, Evergreen, you have to promote mixed farming, because it will both will be sustainable, right? It will reduce inputs to both of the both of these. एग्रीकल्चर में आपका इनपुट और उसके लिए भी इनपुट कम हो जाएगा, राइट? एंड इफेक्टिवली इट विल इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ बोथ ऑफ दीज. क्लियर? सो सेकेंडली इसमें आप ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग वगैरह वो सारे कॉन्सेप्ट डाल सकते हैं. नाउ द issues about livestock is that livestock is basically, सबसे पहले तो starting with food, right? Livestock इस पे तो ना research नहीं हुआ, there is no R&D. We are only just following the traditional things, right? So whatever is left, for example, food and fodder जो भी है उनका forage, fodder. So if you analyze their fodder, they are not getting balanced diet.
What about white revolution? They have done white revolution.
हाँ, I am coming to that. पहले हम इसको ना इशू देखते हैं. तो whatever you are providing them fodder, right? They are not having the balanced diet. Balanced diet in the sense, I don't know whether you people are aware not that we are giving only भूसा, हमारे यहाँ बोलते हैं उसको, वो जो गेहूँ का निकलता है. What are any?
They call it as cow.
Okay, तो उसको किससे निकालते हैं आपके यहाँ? राइस का होता होगा, राइस हस्क. हाँ.
They mix it in.
हाँ. And what are they giving with that? उसके साथ में कुछ मिलाते हैं? Any proteinaceous something?
But rice
They
is
will
the main
purchase
cow.
some bags, sir, I don't know.
हाँ, right. So what happens that normally what happens कि they are giving them, they are not giving, they are only providing them carbohydrate based diet. Now imagine if you are only being provided with carbohydrate diet, how will be your health? right? And the animal who is milching, right, जिसको दूध दे रहा है उसको तो भी थोड़ा बहुत डाइट देते हैं, but they are categorizing step motherly treatment with those these animals who are not milching, right? So and secondly, the reason is there is no R&D in this field. They are being only provided with something which is wastage type mein, that is only given to the animal, right, rather than a proper arrangement for them. That is basic issue. Then the issue of their offsprings, this veterinary facilities, right? If any known is getting admitted into MBBS, right, he is सबको ही बताता है MBBS, and if anybody is getting admitted into veterinary science, then reason being that is not regarded as prestigious job, right? Because people are not going into that, right? Because it's not prestigious, that's why people are not going into that. That means it is neglected, right? And because there are no people in this, that's why there is no R&D, right? So and even the record says that the land under this for especially this grazing land is consistently going down, right? The land for grazing is consistently going down. Either it has been used for real estate or for proper agricultural purposes, right? It's getting down. Clear? So these are the issues with livestock. So talking about its promotion.
Sir, what is the issue regarding offsprings?
Offsprings means that you are not having better insemination facilities, right? You are not having better insemination facilities because for that you need infrastructure, right? For example, your fertility centers, they should having that क्या बोलते हैं उसको, cold storage. It should be stored at very low temperatures. That infrastructure is missing, right? That's the issue.
So
ठीक है.
also regarding, we don't even have enough arable land, so how can we have enough grazing land?
नहीं, that's what an issue that you have. Even if they were, you have converted either them to the arable land, for this arable or for real estate, any development projects. But you have to, even if you are using that arable land, but you should have provisions for growing all those things which are used for their eating. If you are doing monocropping, right, you are not having anything for them. जैसे हमारे यहाँ, I don't know about here, but we are having some like वो बोलते हैं उसको, चारा बोलते हैं, हाँ चारा ही बोलते हैं, बट उसका स्पेशल नाम होते हैं, बरसिम वगैरह इस टाइप से बोलते हैं हमारे यहाँ, राइट? तो यू शुड यूज़ दैट लैंड फॉर दैट प्रोड्यूस ना, बट यू आर अगेन एंड अगेन प्रोड्यूसिंग एवरीथिंग विच इज़ नॉट फॉर दोज पीपल, फॉर दोज एनिमल्स, राइट? रीज़न बीइंग दैट इट हैज़ नॉट बीन ऑन द प्रायोरिटी. हमारी प्रायोरिटी केवल गेहूँ रह गया है, राइट? तो ये सारी चीज़ें हैं, ठीक है. नाउ इसको मैं लिखाऊंगा अगर टाइम मिलेगा. कमिंग टू दिस इकोनॉमिक सर्वे पार्ट. हाँ, वाइट रिवॉल्यूशन, यस यस यस, वाइट रिवॉल्यूशन. See, white revolution, it's an green revolution, white revolution, they are an achievement in the sense that they promoted that मतलब availability of wheat. क्योंकि white revolution पढ़ा है आपने? नहीं, वो तो है ऑपरेशन फ्लड, मतलब वैसे पढ़ा है. इट्स नॉट माई, बट मैं बता रहा हूँ वाइट रिवॉल्यूशन में. देखिए, वाइट रिवॉल्यूशन is not only about producing the milk only, like green revolution was not only about producing the grains, right? It was a complete package, राइट जैसे आप ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन में कभी ये बात मत करिएगा कि वो केवल उसने दे वर जस्ट प्रोड्यूसिंग द ग्रेन्स. ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन वाज अ कंप्लीट पैकेज इन द सेंस दैट इट वाज दो सेंटर वाज हाई yielding variety, but it was about development of infrastructure, financial inputs, right, capital formation in rural areas, right, it was about financial inclusion, and it was about proper marketing strategies, right. Infrastructure mein you will talk about factories, fertilizer, seeds, pesticides, tractors, small machinery, right. Financial inclusion, it was all about development of microfinance institutions, the scheduled commercial banks, facility of loans, government schemes. राइट. कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन वॉज अबाउट अच्छा इसके अलावा वेरियस इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म्स. भाई ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन वॉज रिक्वायरिंग दिस more and more land rather than that bifurcated land, right? So what they did, cooperative farming, land pooling, it was going on, right? So capital formation was about building roads, tube wells, जितना आपका वो इरिगेशन पोटेंशियल जो डेवलप हुआ था इस टाइम पे, भाई द रीजन ऑफ दिस these regions, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, these regions were arid regions, right? So अगर तो सबसे बड़ा काम तो यही हुआ. अगर श्री गंगानगर वो इंदिरा गांधी जो कैनाल है इन श्रीनगर, दैट इज़ वेरी क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल, अगर वो वहाँ ना हो तो वहाँ कुछ हो ही नहीं, राइट. दैट मीन्स कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, बैंक्स, मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज, मतलब आपने सारा कर दिया, फिर देन यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर प्रॉपर रोड, स्टोरेज. उसी के बाद में तो आपका ये पीडीएस हुआ है. एमएसपी में कहाँ से आया है? पॉलिसी टर्म्स कहाँ है? पॉलिसी, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज. ये एमएसपी, हाँ इसमें इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म्स में आपका ये एमएसपी, पीडीएस, ये सारा वही है. राइट. तो ये क्या ना, आपको एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड विद अ वाइडर पर्सपेक्टिव. कमिंग टू दिस ऑपरेशन फ्लड. ऑपरेशन फ्लड, द ब्यूटी ऑफ द ऑपरेशन फ्लड वाज that it is a classic example of success of cooperative movement. अमूल क्या है? कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी तो है, राइट. And it was not only about the production and collection of the milk, but it was more about capital formation. अब सोचिए, the milk was collected in any village in Gujarat and it was to be supplied in the urban area. It was the best example of promoting supply chain management. Right. After Operation Flood, right? Operation Flood in 70s में हुआ. You are in 2020. Is there any Operation Flood after that? Why we are struggling in the agriculture? Because we haven't any second green revolution. In the similar manner, we haven't have second Operation Flood 2. In the 50 years, in the last 50 years, what is the state of population, right? Because though milk में हम लोग फर्स्ट हैं, वो सारी चीज़ ठीक है, right? But do you know that the demand has consistently increasing because of the population? And secondly, after this 1991 this LPG reforms, people are getting more richer, the dietary habits are changing, or it has been not only acknowledged but given up certification by the committee, right, parliamentary committee, that inflation, one of the reason why inflation is there, one of the reason is changing in the dietary habits. It is established.
Oh, because
Second.
Oh, right, dietary habits are changing. People are more including protein diet, egg, milk. कितना लोग खाता था पहले एग? नहीं खाते थे. कितने लोग फ्रूट्स खाते थे पहले? The demand is increasing. That's why inflation is in this. So Operation Flood was a success, but right now, see, it has been a very much challenge. I don't know about here, but in NCR, it's a huge challenge. यार simple सी बात ये है that अभी I don't know whether you people was a social media. He was telling के the issue was going about this during ये जो चल रहा है ना अभी कृषि उसमें ये जो चल रहा है प्रोटेस्ट जो चल रहा है, तो उसमें ना एक वो है, एक बंदा है, ही इज़ जस्ट गिविंग सच टाइप ऑफ इंटरव्यूज़, नॉट राकेश टिकैत, एक है ऐसी कोई. तो ही वॉज टेलिंग, दो ही वॉज कमेंटिंग, तो ही वॉज टेलिंग के ही वॉज कमेंटिंग ऑन दिस बाबा रामदेव, राइट. सो ही वॉज टेलिंग कि इतना मतलब दूध तो है नहीं, ठीक है, और बाबा रामदेव कहाँ से इतना मतलब मूत्र बेचे जा रहा है लोगों को, राइट. ही वॉज, इट इज़ अ फैक्ट. The fact is like during the time of this festive season, right? For example, you are producing only 100 kg on a day-to-day basis, for example, and the Diwali came, you are there is 1000 kg of milk in the market. मिठाइयाँ आ रही हैं. How is it possible? Do you know that there is so much of corruption in this field, right? वो अपनी आप में people can give you milk, paneer and dahi within 1 hour. They are so chemicals. They can prepare milk, dahi and this paneer in a single hour, and jitna chaho utna. They are using such chemicals. It's a fact. It's I don't know about, that's what I'm saying, that I don't know about this reason, but I'm talking you about North India, especially in UP. Right, and especially in NCR, it's happening, right? Because simple, the demand, मैंने बताया ना, you are producing this on a day-to-day basis, right? And on Diwali, the demand is 1000 kg. तो ऐसा तो है नहीं कि जो गाय आज 50 किलो दे रही है वो कल को 100 किलो, मतलब वो 200 किलो दे देगी. It's not like this ना. So this is how, so Operation Flood was a success. It was more about leadership. सबसे बड़ा तो इसमें वो कुरियन, हाँ उनका नाम आता है. So it was basically more about leadership, ठीक है, success of cooperative society movement, right? Then the government promoting all this thing, लोगों का participation, right? Women का participation. Now coming to economic survey. One chapter is debt. Where is debt part?
Problems with the biomagnification and livestock.
लाइवस्टॉक बायोमैग्निफिकेशन में भी प्रॉब्लम है, बट उसको आप किस रेफरेंस में समझना चाह रहे हैं, आप ये बताइए मेरे को.
Already there was a problem with DDTs.
हाँ ठीक है.
So are there any other challenges which are being faced at present?
बायोमैग्निफिकेशन हो गया. एक्चुअली वो उनका ना जो फोर्डर पार्ट में ही आई थिंक वो सारा कवर हो रहा है, मेन वही है उसका. बायोमैग्निफिकेशन इज अ प्रोसेस विच इज टेकिंग प्लेस, राइट. इट्स अ प्रोसेस विच इज हार्मिंग अस. right? It is harming us. Basically, it's a concept, so that's why you are highlighting it. Now, coming to first, I will be discussing debt growth 69. This is volume number 1, and chapter is about does growth led to sustainability, debt sustainability.
So come again, sir.
Volume 1.
Of economics.
हाँ. See, the chapter is basically, this is second chapter, I think. Second chapter. Right. This chapter is all about this. They are trying to explain or analyze whether the growth taking place in the country is leading to debt sustainability. And this debate has arisen in the purview of increased borrowing of the country, right? So if you talk about total liability of the government, borrowing liability is around 90 lakh crores, right? And if you talk about this year particularly, it is 12 lakh crore, right? And if you talk about borrowing simply means fiscal deficit, that is 9.5 of GDP, right? The beauty of this is, out of this 90 lakh crores, only 5%, around 5.8 something lakh crore is external debt. This is the beauty, right? Second is that maximum borrowing is market borrowings. Third is borrowing can be of two types, three types: short term, medium term, and long term. Our debt is basically long term. Short term is less, right? This is a structure to understand what basically is happening in the debt field, right? Total liability itna, this year borrowings are itna. Out of this, total fiscal deficit for this year 9.5, and around 5.87 is lakh crore is lagbhag hamara external total liability.
5.8% of the entire debt or the entire
5.87 lakh crores, it comes around 5%. Total liability, this is total liability, 90 lakh wala, हाँ, right? And if you talk about this year, it's around 2% external, right? ये ठीक है, ये एक थोड़ा पिक्चर है आपको समझने के लिए. And another issue with this is, out of this 12 lakh crore, around 3.5, if you talk about where it is going, if you talk about where this 12 lakh crore is going, something 3.5, and rest, it is going capital expenditure, this is going for revenue. This is the most alarming. This is the most alarming, right? ये जो फिगर्स हैं इनके लिए ना, ये बजट, आई शेयर यू अ डॉक्यूमेंट, जो वैसे कुछ नहीं, मैंने वहाँ से भी साइट से उठाया, ठीक है? उसमें फिगर्स बड़ी क्लियर दी हुई हैं. इन फिगर्स को गो थ्रू दीज फिगर्स, बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर हैविंग दीज फिगर्स एंड गोइंग थ्रू एनी कॉन्सेप्ट, इट बिकम्स वेरी ईजियर टू अंडरस्टैंड. अदरवाइज ना आपके दिमाग में चलता रहता है, पता नहीं क्या होगा, कैसे, क्या फिगर कहाँ से आई. थोड़ा वो समझने में ईजी होता है। अब आते हैं बिल्कुल कॉन्सेप्ट पे। नाउ दे आर सेइंग दैट debt is increasing, the government is increasing its borrowings, and especially during the time of pandemic, it was again highlighted whether we will be, this debt, increasing debt will be sustainable or not. We have crossed all our escape clauses, right? And even people are talking about debt monetization, right? So it becomes natural, we have to analyze whether if we are going for this this debt, increasing debt, then is it sustainable? It's a natural question. So the economic service trying to answer this, and what they have said, they are taking an example. I'll start with an example. They are saying that there is, you took 100 rupees from someone and economy was growing at 12%. And the interest rate prevailing in the market were, for example, 8%. After 1 year, in your pocket you were having, this becomes, and your interest liability becomes 100 plus 8. Is it clear? Now, if you see in the very first year, what you did, you return this 100 rupees जो आपने लिया था plus 8. Now you are having, clear? Again you took 100 rupees. This you are having in surplus. Again this process took place. Again 4 plus 4. That means if your growth rate, GDP growth rate is greater than interest rate, then your debt is sustainable. दिख रहा है ना यहाँ से? बस यही है। वो बड़ी बड़ी बातें इसने की, अब मैं आ रहा हूँ उस पर। Then it is giving a term, IRGD. This is a term which is mentioned in this. It's specific term. IRGD, interest rate growth difference, differential, interest rate growth differential. It is IR minus GDP growth rate. चले आगे।
ये फिगर अगर नेगेटिव में रहेगा तो
यस, IRGD should be, because IR should always be less than GDP growth rate, so it should always be negative. If we are in the negative zone, right, we can recover or sustain the debt, right? Higher the growth rate, then more sustainable is the debt. Clear? Now they are saying that they are analyzing or applying this concept to the developed countries. They are now applying this concept to developed countries. The issue in the developed countries is GDP growth rate is almost non-existent. 1, 2 इस type से है, saturated. That's why they are saying that this is not applicable in case of developed countries having low growth. Talking about developing countries, if developing countries are also having GDP growth comparatively low, less, then the debt will not be sustainable. So the simple concept is, if GDP growth rate is more, irrespective of the country, right? If it is more, then your debt is sustainable. It should be more and more. Your GDP growth rate should be more. Clear? Second assumption comes. Now they are taking a hypothesis that does high debt leads to high growth? Does high debt leads to high growth? Any idea?
The present scenario, we can see. The present scenario, we can see this.
अभी प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो को भूलते हैं.
Like when we go for
Normally.
plus I plus G plus X.
दिस वी विल टॉक इन काउंटर साइक्लिक और प्रो साइक्लिक में, तब बात करेंगे. अभी ये बताइए, अभी हाई डेट इज लीडिंग टू हाई ग्रोथ और नॉट?
It is sustainable.
सी
If the debt is invested in the form of capital expenditure, then we'll have.
हाँ, एक वो भी फंडा है, वो भी है, वो भी ठीक है. नाउ सी what they are saying. They are saying that in case of any country when they are taking high debt, in case of high debt, people are saving in the anticipation that in the future they will be taxed, because government कहाँ से पैसा लाएगी? They will be taxed. That means high debt will lead to increased savings. Right? Increased saving means consumption, less consumption. Right? That means less liquidity in market. Less growth.
Sir, debt ज़्यादा है तो savings कैसे ज़्यादा होगा?
वही बता रहा है ना, वो ये बोल रहा है कि if there is high debt of the government at this time,
Okay.
so you are intelligent enough to assume that the government has taken this money. Next year, what the government will do?
To recover the debt.
They will tax you.
Already there.
So what people will do in order to avoid और उसको sustain करने के लिए they will save more. And when they will save more, see, actually these are concepts and questions might be based on these concepts. इसलिए आपको एक कॉन्सेप्ट पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये क्या ना, ये what economic service, this is actually based upon different papers. तो paper is cannot be applied universally. So what these people are doing, they are taking those papers, those researches which are applicable to India, or they can justify themselves. वही है ना, right? दूसरा वो एक चीज ये बोल रहा है कि हाई डेट is leading to crowding out effect. ये हाइपोथेसिस उसने लिया है, right? But this hypothesis is not correct with respect to India. How they're explaining it? They are saying that जैसे crowding out का ये है कि you have the government took more debt. Now less money will be left, right? So less money means increase interest rate,
Less than.
less investment, private investment, sorry. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, second is they are saying that that government, what government will do when they will be investing increased workforce demand. यही होगा ना, when that means less labor for private, that means costly labor for private, that means less private investment.
The second is the case when both government and private work in silos.
Yes.
They work together.
Yes, ठीक है. Now they are saying these things are not applicable in case of India. These things are not applicable in case of India.
These two things.
Both two things. Especially this thing. इसको रहने दीजिए भी. Especially this thing. Second one. Costly labor for private, less private investment. जब लेबर महंगा मिलेगा तो क्यों प्राइवेट खर्चा करेगा?
So both these hypotheses tell the same thing, right? There will be less private.
They are saying that it will be crowding out effect.
I hear that. So again, why will the labor demand, the workforce demand increase due to that?
ये मान के चल रहा है ना कि when the government is investing, भाई इसका एक वैसे प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल अगर आप देखें तो नरेगा सबसे बेस्ट एग्जांपल है इसका. I don't know about this reason, but what happens in Punjab that when Narega started, right, there was no migration from Odisha or these Chhattisgarh to Punjab, right? तो वहाँ पे क्या हुआ कि वर्कफोर्स नहीं रहा, right? वर्कफोर्स नहीं रहा, and even this issue was highlighted in the parliament when Narega was there, क्योंकि सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम पंजाब और यूपी को हुआ था इसमें, स्पेशली वेस्टर्न यूपी को. हाँ, था ही नहीं. So जब नहीं था तो कॉस्टली हो गया. The migrant labor who was coming from Odisha was getting only 300 rupees. Now people are saying no, 600 रुपये पर डे. आपका कॉस्ट बढ़ गया, राइट? सो ये प्रैक्टिकली वहां से आप उठा सकते हैं इसको. एक्चुअली ये सब इसमें दिया नहीं है, ये मेरे कुछ वो है. मैं अब नाउ कमिंग टू एनालाइज दिस इन द इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट. सी इन द इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट the labor demand, the supply of the labor is so much. The supply of the labor is so much, right? That the situation is not there. अब ये कितना है सप्लाई, मतलब आप इसको बढ़ने दीजिए डिमांड. इट्स अनलाइक द वेस्ट. इट्स अनलाइक द वेस्ट जहां पे क्या है, वो जो सेगमेंट है ना, जो प्राइवेट और गवर्नमेंट का, वो इधर से उधर जाता रहता है. देयर इज नो सेगमेंटेशन इन वेस्ट. वहां पे क्या है, कोई बंदा प्राइवेट में भी घूम रहा है, गवर्नमेंट में भी घूम रहा है. इज इट पॉसिबल हियर? द सेगमेंट ऑफ प्राइवेट इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम दिस गवर्नमेंट, राइट? दैट मीन्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग that this will create a demand. Definitely it will create a demand, but it will not give rise to lack of workforce in the private segment, because दोनों अलग हैं, ठीक है? और दोनों में बहुत ज्यादा सप्लाई है. आप देखिए ना, खुद ही देखिए वेस्ट में क्या है. वेस्ट में ये है कि दोनों सेगमेंट डिफरेंस नहीं है. वहां पे आप देखो कहां गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट में डिफरेंस है. वहां क्या होगा कि इफ there is demand in the government, this is a constant pool of supply which is common between private and government. यहां गया बंदा तो यहां कम हो गया, Are you getting my point? This is a common pool in between these because this is not segmented. Private and government market with respect to workforce is not segmented in case of West. Is it clear or not?
Then when we are opting for a minimum government, like maximum government is a minimum government.
उसको भी भूल जाओ.
So if we club these topics, then we are also heading the path of Western.
अभी उसको आप भूलो. अभी पहले आप इसी को समझो. इसको समझो. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, ये यूज किया है इसने. ये बोल रहा है इकोनॉमिक सर्वे. They are saying that the workforce market in case of West is not segmented, right? वहाँ वो घूम रहा है, वो common pool है. In case of India, the workforce of private is completely different from the government. देखो आप जो मैं फिर कोई का यहाँ का मेरे को ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं, but in what is happening in our region, the contractor which is being hired by the government contractor is completely different. The labor force which is to be hired by people like us, private, that is completely different. You will find such labor on the labor chalks over there in the morning, right? But the labor which is being hired by the contractor of the government, that is completely different. So it is saying that if you are raising that workforce of the government, because in the West it is common pool, but in case of India, this is private, this is government.
So the key term here is that Indian workforce is segmented.
Yes.
That's why we will not face a
Yes. Absolutely. सेकेंडली एक चीज मैंने आपको कल बता ही दिया था कि हाउ गवर्नमेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट इज कंपनसेटिंग दिस रिडक्शन इन द कंजम्पशन ऑफ द प्राइवेट OCGX, वो तो मैंने कल ही बता दिया था. Then they are telling that they are justifying why that should be there. They are taking the examples of kings in the old times, that when there was drought, then what kings used to, they started making palaces. वो किस लिए करते थे? वो Keynesian theory थी, simple. That was Keynesian theory to create the demand. हाँ, बस giving. Actually they मतलब they were more intelligent. उस वक्त कीन्स नाम नहीं था, बट ये जितने भी उनके जो सलाहकार थे, they were more benevolent, right? What Chanakya is saying that the benevolent king is doing all these things, right? एक चीज और इसमें है, वो मैं बता रहा हूँ. पहले मैं देख लूँ और कुछ रह तो नहीं गया इसमें. Creates an enabling environment. यार बहुत ठंडा कर दिया. बंद कर दो यार, ये बंद कर दिया ना. ठीक है, फ्लाइट में ही बैठना यार. वो अगर छींक भी गांगी तो और परेशान कर देगा. ठीक है, दैट्स इट. इसमें ये एक चीज और बोल रहा है कि कमिंग टू दिस पार्ट, वो जो हम सेविंग वाला जो हम अपनी बात कर रहे थे, वो बोलता है कि एक हमारा ये था कि हम बोल रहे थे कि यूथ कंजम्पशन मतलब बढ़ रहा है. तो ये बोल रहा है कि जो यूथ है ना, उसके पास में पैसा भी तो बढ़ रहा है. तो पैसा बढ़ने से है कि इफेक्टिव सेविंग भी उसकी बढ़ रही है. अगर आप एक टोटलिटी में देखें तो मनी इज इंक्रीजिंग इन द मोर हैंड्स. भाई जब ये आपका अपर मिडिल क्लास जब बढ़ रही है, तो उसका क्या है कि नंबर ऑफ पीपल जिनके हाथ में पैसा आ रहा है वो भी तो बढ़ रहा है.
अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट भी तो बढ़ रहा है.
नहीं, वाई वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट? वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन दैट पार्ट विच वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन. हमें उसके बारे में बात करनी, इसमें हमें इंटरेस्ट है. ठीक है, क्योंकि हमें जस्टिफाई करना है. यार इकोनॉमिक सर्वे कर क्या रहा है? वी हैव क्रॉस 9.5, स्टिल दे आर ग्लोरीफाइंग, राइट? सो वो बोल रहे हैं कि वहां पे क्या है ना, इफेक्टिव जो एब्सोल्यूट सेविंग है वो भी बढ़ रहा है. तो इसका मतलब हमारा वो था कि कंजम्पशन बढ़ रहा है, सेविंग नहीं बढ़ रहा. उस पार्ट को भी उसने टर्न डाउन कर दिया है. ठीक है. नाउ दे आर यूजिंग टू टर्म्स. प्रो साइक्लिसिटी एंड काउंटर साइक्लिक पता है? प्रो साइक्लिक ये देख लीजिए, ये इस टाइप की प्रो साइक्लिक साइक्लिसिटी एंड काउंटर साइक्लिसिटी।
बिजनेस साइकिल का कुछ है?
हाँ, उसी से रिलेटेड है काउंटर साइक्लिसिटी। For example, this A dot dot, right, is the existing situation, correct? And this is, you are bringing the policy which is promoting the existing situation, right, which is deepening the present situation. That means if it is, the economy is expanding right now, if the economy is expanding right now, pro cyclicity will be this will be pro cyclic. This will be pro cyclic. That means yes, this situation was existing and you have expansionary policy. Are you getting my point? Actually मैंने एक ग्राफ थोड़ा गलत बना दिया, एक सेकंड रुकिए, मैं ना वो गलत इंप्रेशन दे रहा है। यार मेरा ना ये आर्ट बड़ा गड़बड़ है। This is like, अरे यार ये सिंपल ग्राफ नहीं बन रहा। This is like, हाँ yes, this is okay, right? Now pro cyclicity means this is the existing situation. We are talking from A to B, B, C. This is expansionary, right? Now if your policy is such that it is further making it more expansion in the economy, the economy is already expanding, but you are further coming out with expansionary policy, that means you are making economy more expansionary, right? That is pro cyclic. राइट नुकसान, फायदा होगा नुकसान होगा इस वक्त?
फायदा होगा।
क्यों भाई? योर इकोनॉमी इज ऑलरेडी अंडर एक्सपेंशन एंड यू आर इन्फ्यूजिंग मोर लिक्विडिटी इन द इकोनॉमी, देन इन्फ्लेशन नहीं आएगा।
So like if you say like 2008 crisis may happen again.
नहीं, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट योर इकोनॉमी इज ऑलरेडी एक्सपेंडिंग। क्या रिसेशन में ये थोड़ी होती है सिचुएशन?
बट हायर ग्रोथ रेट रहेगा।
Like
नहीं, that's okay, but see, pro-cyclicity is not advisable in the sense that I am saying that your economy is expanding.
Then you have to slow it down. Is that
Simple. 2008 was recession.
yes, sir.
It was not expansion of the economy at that time.
So prior to that it was actually increasing, but
I am talking you about ki what was the problem? What led to the problem? Because
same problem.
economy, you were infusing money and money.
Same problem.
ठीक है, सेम प्रॉब्लम। दैट मीन्स यू वर प्रोसाइक्लिक एट दैट टाइम। फॉरबियरेंस क्या था? यही तो था फॉरबियरेंस। इकोनॉमी वाज एक्सपेंडिंग एंड यू वर अगेन एंड अगेन इन्फ्यूजिंग लिक्विडिटी। प्रोसाइक्लिक, योर इकोनॉमी इज एक्सपेंडिंग, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट और नॉट? इकोनॉमी इज एक्सपेंडिंग and you are further infusing the money in the economy, right? This is pro-cyclicity. Now if your economy is expanding, there's huge liquidity in the economy, and you start contracting the economy, making dearer policy, This is counter cyclic. This is counter cyclic. That means an antidote to the existing situation. Your economy is expanding and you reduce the liquidity infusion in the market. So what will happen? This graph will come down. Is it clear or not? This is counter cyclic.
Sir, is it only during the positive business cycle or also?
आ रहा हूँ मैं उस पे आ रहा हूँ. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है?
हाँ.
Pro-cyclicity means you are just promoting the existing situation.
So counter cyclicity is the consequence of a pro-cyclic situation, right?
ये हम दोनों को अलग अलग करके पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. Counter cyclic means India achieved -24.
So pro-cycling means
If we have undertaken नहीं इसको if we have undertaken pro-cyclic का मतलब यहाँ पे पता है क्या होगा नेगेटिव. It is already contraction zone, in the contraction zone. See, this is expansionary, this is contractionary. That means pro-cyclic means you are not allowing infusion of liquidity. That means
sir, just the graph over it is named as pro-cyclic or the definition is
pro-cyclic simply means जो चल रहा है. It has nothing to do with the liquidity. Whatever is the situation, how you are dealing with the situation. If you are promoting that situation, if the economy is in expansion, you are further expanding. कैसे? Increasing liquidity. If the economy is in the recession, pro-cyclic does not mean that you are it is expansion or recessionary. Pro-cyclicity means you have to promote the existing economic situation. That's it. You are in the sync. You are in the sync with the situation. Right? That means if you are -24 and if the government has further checked the infusion of the liquidity, then it was pro-cyclic. But what government did? Government has 9.5% of fiscal deficit despite the target of 3. You increase your fiscal deficit. So it was basically counter-cyclic. And because it was counter-cyclic, that's why you came at -7.7. ये टर्म आ सकते हैं. Such terms are being asked. वो
7.7.
ग्रोथ जो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन जो हुआ है पहले -24 था.
That's for 1 quarter, no sir. -24 is for 1 quarter.
आई एम जस्ट सेइंग -24 से एक मतलब इट्स फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, राइट. डोंट, मैं इसको क्वार्टर में डिवाइड नहीं कर रहा हूँ, राइट. डोंट टेक इट लाइक दैट वे. Is it clear? Right. So pro-cyclicity is you are promoting the existing situation. Counter-cyclic means you are just countering the existing situation. So if the economy is in the expansion mode, you have to come up with you have to check the infusion of liquidity in the market. And if the economy is in the recession mode, you have to bring in liquidity into the market. So fiscal stimulus given by the government of India, not only government of India, but across the world, it was basically counter-cyclic policy, which was adopted by countries across the world.
what point determines actually like whether to go for pro-cyclic or counter-cyclic? What determines actually?
No, you see, it will be a situation. For example, what's the bi-monthly policy of RBI? What they are doing? They are, despite the fact that when they are increasing money, when are they reducing repo rates in the market, when there is less liquidity in the market, when the guiding factor is right now, if you talk about the present times, factually, it is inflation targeting. That's it. वही तो है. if there is no exceptional situation, why we crossed this 3 target of FRBM? Simple, exceptional situation is there. In the normal times, can the government even breach 4%? Not at all, right? So forget about this time, but they are saying that we breached the 3% because the policy was to be taken counter-cyclic, right? And then they are comparing this debt to GDP ratio. Debt to GDP ratio is nothing but you have taken debt and the GDP ratio, right?
So this debt is internal plus external.
Total, that means that, right?
So how to connect this to pro-cyclic and counter-cyclic to youth consumption and savings? That is where we start our discussion.
Pro-cyclic
And counter-cyclic.
to
Consumption of youth and saving. I mean, savings and consumption of youth.
saving and consumption of youth.
With increasing youth, you said we have, even though we have higher consumption, we also have higher effective savings.
See, what they are saying that if you see in absolute terms, that number of people who are earning is getting more. So in the absolute terms, your number of people who will be saving will be more. Even for example, initially there were 10 youth, and at least they will be saving 1 rupee, right? Forget about their parents might be saving 100 rupees, right? But this number becomes 1,000. Then this 1 into 1,000 becomes, right? This is how. Secondly, अच्छा इससे मेरे को एक चीज़ और ध्यान आ गई. Practically, if you see in the Indian context, this is basically government investments are not crowding out, but they are crowding in the private investment. What is HAM model? इसको आप ना यहाँ से ही उठाएंगे डायरेक्ट. Yes. Right, what is happening in hybrid annuity model? In hybrid annuity model, part amount is coming from government and part is coming from private, right? Initially government is, for example, this amount, right? But 40% is coming from the private also. यही मॉडल चल रहा है, यही चल रहा है ना. गवर्नमेंट तो बनने के बाद में 40 वो बाद में एन्युटी देगी ना जब कमाना स्टार्ट करेगी. But initially what is happening? This 60% of the government is attracting 40% of the private. You're getting my point? That means in India, reason being, इसका जो basic reason है ना इन सारी चीजों का, that we are not saturated. सारी बातों का एक ही जवाब है. We are having scope of expansion. वेस्ट में क्या है? वेस्ट में सारी चीजें कांस्टेंट हैं, सैचुरेट है वहां पे, या तो प्राइवेट या गवर्नमेंट, या तो प्राइवेट या गवर्नमेंट. तो गवर्नमेंट खर्च करेगी तो प्राइवेट नहीं करेगी, राइट? क्योंकि वो स्कोप ही नहीं है. हमारे यहां तो स्कोप ही स्कोप है. मैंने बताया ना, यू 65% स्टिल अनएक्सप्लोर्ड. अभी तो एप्पल का फोन 5% लोगों के पास भी नहीं है, राइट? गांव में तो अभी भी नोकिया ही चल रहा है ना. गवर्नमेंट को सबको स्मार्टफोन देना है, तभी तो फैक्ट्री लगेगी. टॉक अबाउट यूएस, वहां हर किसी के पास हमें एप्पल फोन है. That's only because they are consumption driven society. That's why even Apple is in demand. But can US why Apple is shifting to India, the manufacturing hub?
The next big consumer.
Apple which is known for their मतलब कि वो compromise नहीं करते, they are bringing phone with reference to Indian population only. उनके जो बाद में जो फोन आए वो सारे वो इंडिया के हिसाब से आए. वो एस पता नहीं क्या क्या जो फोन है. हाँ, इवन दे इट इज बीइंग, मतलब उनके बारे में कहा जाता है कि दे डोंट कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद देयर, मतलब जो उनके स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं. हाँ, बट दे आर कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग, राइट? बिकॉज बिजनेस रूल इज दिस. सो इंडिया के बारे में सारी कहानी क्या है कि so the economic survey is also saying that in Indian context basically government investment is not crowding out, but effectively it is crowding in. It is bringing private investment because there is scope, huge scope of expansion. Then they are saying that 70% of the debt is with government, central, and 30% with the states. Again, they are saying that internally 94% is held as internal liability, while 6% is only with the external liability. Right. Then they are saying simplification. Right. So they are saying if you are having first, if your growth is there. Secondly, they are saying primary deficit. What is primary deficit?
Fiscal deficit minus previous years.
That means it's showing your current liabilities only. So if your current liability is under control, right, along with your GDP growth rate, second parameter. Third is they are saying that short-term debt. Short-term debt is actually more vulnerable, right? Because, for example, if you have taken debt for 1 day, for 7 days, right? मतलब आपके दिमाग में 7 दिन तक टेंशन रहेगा. And if you have taken a debt for a year, it will be comfortable for you, right? You can use that for the investment for a longer, just because given the gestation period in the Indian context is very high. That's why you can utilize that money for that part also, right? So they are saying that short-term debt. So again, they are saying that if you see this composition of the debt of India, short-term debt is comparatively very, very less. Then this economic survey is also talking about a stress test. Stress test in the sense that they are saying that they are trying to analyze the capability of the this country to pay back the foreign money. So what should be the consideration while you are considering while you are analyzing this situation? First thing, forex. Ultimately तो यही इसी से पैसा वापस करेंगे आप. Second is short term debt. The situation is they are saying that analyze a situation in which you are going in the normal times. Now suddenly what happened, that there was a person or a country who has given you short-term debt, and in the same time this pandemic arrives. Now stress test is telling you whether you can survive it or not. सबसे पहले क्या होगा? First of all, you have to pay short-term debt. It's a compulsion. वो बोला पैसा चाहिए तुरंत. Then you have to analyze जितना भी बाहर का country था, they started भाई पैसे चाहिए. Now this stress test is telling you whether you can sustain that or not, right? So सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे आप? You are negating this short-term debt part from your forex reserves. Then they are saying that your forex reserve should be in a position to pay back that, right? And this short test उन्होंने एक formula दिया है. There is no need for that. They are saying it is negative deviation, something 2.8. This is negative. That means they are saying that more and more it is negative. More and more you are in a position to pay back the money, foreign money. That means more it is negative. For many countries it is in the range of 10, 12, right? But if it is minus 2.8, then it is also sustainable.
Just
When you are in the negative zone, that means you are passing this stress test. कोविड की तरह ध्यान रखिए इसको. It should not be positive, right? तो minus 2.8 है, इसका मतलब you are in a position to sustain all your borrowings. That means your debt is sustainable even if you have given the short term debt. This is stress test, right? It's specific to this.
it only talks about forex in short term debt.
फॉरेक्स सी इंटरनली तो क्या ना इतना रिस्क नहीं है. अब वो बात कर रहा है बाहर वाले की बात कर रहा है वो, राइट. देन दे आर टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ चिली.
If it all is internal debt, so is government immediately liable to pay back the debt, or can it?
सी इफ इंटरनल डेट, हाँ इंटरनल डेट इतना पंगा नहीं है, डेट मोनेटाइज कर देंगे वो.
So it takes on lighter note if it's internal debt.
मेन टारगेट, मेन क्या है ना, मेन सारा जो लड़ाई है वो बाहर वाले डेट की है, राइट. उसकी लड़ाई ज़्यादा है. तो वही बोल रहा है कि आपका 94, आपका 6% ही है बाहर का. ठीक है. ये थोड़े फिगर्स ना आप थोड़ा सा अपने एक बुकलेट में आपको ना उसका दूंगा, ये बजट वाला जो है वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस का है, वो बहुत हैंडी है. उसमें सारी चीज़ें, उसमें 15 पन्ने हैं, उसमें सारी चीज़ें बड़ा दे रखी हैं ठीक ठाक. Now they are taking the example of Chile. What they are saying this, that this country is basically having copper based economy, exporting copper. Now what this country is doing, they are every year they are having or keeping aside 1% of their GDP. They are keeping aside 1% of their GDP when there is economy is doing good. But they were doing it, right? Then what the experience shows that 2008 arrives. With 2008 global crisis was there, but they are having this amount of money. Don't you realize that it is something related to that sovereign wealth fund easing?
Yes.
वही तो है, something like that ना. तो इसको आप वहाँ भी डाल सकते हो, right? इकोनॉमिक सर्वेलेंस का यूज कहीं डेट वगैरह वाले में किया है, पता नहीं इसमें किया है जाने, एक और सोवरेन रेटिंग वाले में किया है.
Sovereign wealth funds are also useful for debt sustainability.
बिल्कुल. सी व्हाट्स, ये मैंने कोरिलेट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. आई डोंट थिंक दैट वेदर इट इज इन दिस चैप्टर और अनदर चैप्टर, ठीक है. बट इकोनॉमिक सर्वे इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस एग्जाम्पल. दे आर सेइंग दैट दे कीप असाइड 1% ऑफ द GDP व्हेन देयर इकोनॉमी वाज ग्रोइंग. रीजन बीइंग, हेज फंड आप क्यों यूज करता है कंट्री? मैंने बताया ना, स्टार्टिंग जो हेज फंड का कॉन्सेप्ट था वो ये था कि दे आर वेरी मच वल्नरेबल इन द सेंस दैट देयर बिजनेस इज इंडस्ट्री सेंट्रिक. अगर तो कॉपर का डिमांड नहीं हुआ, अगर अभी क्या है ओपेक कंट्रीज का हालत, बर्बाद हो रखे हैं, राइट, और फ्यूचर भी गड़बड़ है. तो these countries are basically, this concept basically come from these people only. ये अरेबियन कंट्री से ही कॉन्सेप्ट आया इसका हेज फंड. ये जितने भी अरब ये है ना शेख वगैरह जो होते हैं, इनका आप देखा ना, उनके जो धंधे अलग अलग चल रहे होते हैं, राइट. उनका कैसीनो चल रहा है, रियल एस्टेट में, इनका सबसे ज़्यादा रियल एस्टेट में बिजनेस, मतलब इन सब के रहते हैं, ठीक है. वो भी नॉन रिलेटेड, एजुकेशन में होगा, कैसीनो में होगा, ठीक है, वो रियल एस्टेट में होगा. तो सारे धंधे एक साथ बंद नहीं होंगे. डाइवर्सिफाइड, देयर पोर्टफोलियो इज डाइवर्सिफाइड, right? It's the business rule. That's why if you talk to the fund manager, he'll say that your portfolio should be diversified. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि when 2008-9 came, no pressure on Chile because they were already having this sort of fund. 5 to 10% of the GDP was with them, and that sustained their economy. So economic survey to an extent is also advocating for SWF type of thing. उन्होंने इसमें बोला नहीं है, but my analysis is that why they are highlighting this Chile. That's why government is advocating for, बार बार वो बोल रहे हैं ना कि reserves, strategic reserve. मोदी जी ने क्यों बोला है कि why I am not in a position to control fuel prices. उन लोगों ने कुछ नहीं किया, अभी भी मेरे को इंपोर्ट करना पड़ रहा है. Right? If you could have this strategic reserve on the lines of Chile, कुछ ना कुछ पर्पज होता है इकोनॉमिक सर्वे का, वो ऐसी बात नहीं करता क्योंकि वो समथिंग इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द टॉप दैट इट शुड बी अ क्यू फॉर अस. हमें ये करना चाहिए था. दैट्स व्हाई हाँ यस वी आर डूइंग दैट. ये आप लोकेशन देख लेना, शायद ये आपका वाइजैक के आसपास कुछ बन रहा है. ये तो है पर सी द इशू. हाँ NIIF क्या है, वही है. तो इसका मतलब ये बड़ा प्रोमिनेंट क्वेश्चन है, प्री के लिए आ सकता है, इसलिए मैंने आपको बताया था ये, क्योंकि इस पे पेंडिंग है क्वेश्चन, शायद अभी आया नहीं है NIIF पे. करेक्ट. दिस इज हाउ. देन बस इसमें यही है. सो व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस डेट.
We also did survive 2008 crisis, right?
यस.
So we
Yes.
were having gold reserves.
नहीं हमारा रीजन और था बॉस. व्हाट वाज आवर रीजन व्हाई वी कुड सर्वाइव?
Yes, how could we survive? I was asking. I was about to answer because how, like we have learned the story of cities. So how did we?
You have?
Like how did we survive during that crisis?
अच्छा. What is the Keynesian theory?
Like to spur the demand, we need to infuse the money into the hands of the people.
Yes, that's what happening.
India was a great consumer.
So even in 2008 crisis, when world was so low, but how could we survive? Because
We could only survive. देखिए see, the economy was in the recession. That means what? मैंने आपको एक टर्म पढ़ाया था उस वक्त. That what रघुराम राजन stated. बस इसी में सारा आंसर है. Right. सबसे प्रोमिनेंट तो हमारा GDP ग्रोथ. तो एट द टाइम ऑफ दैट 2008 इट वाज समथिंग अराउंड 3.5 समथिंग. राइट. बट इट वाज ठीक है जब दुनिया नेगेटिव में जा रही थी चाहे तो, बट स्टिल वी वर हैविंग 3.5. एंड देन बाय 2011 वी वर एट समथिंग 8 point something. सिंपल यार. बट विद इन अ स्पैन ऑफ 2 years 8, 9 to 10, 11 वी वर इन 8. फर्क ही कहाँ पड़ा? इसका मतलब फर्क नहीं पड़ा. फर्स्ट थिंग, why? What has been acknowledged by UN? They're acknowledging NREGA, JAM especially mobile. स्पेशली ये तो नहीं, पर ये और ये मोबाइल जब तक आ गया था ना 2008 में, हाँ आ गया था. ठीक है. जनधन अकाउंट तो शायद इन्होंने स्टार्ट किया है, बट जो गवर्नमेंट का स्कीम था, इट्स नॉट, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, इट वाज एक्नॉलेज्ड दिस एंड दिस एंड ट्रांसफर्स वर टेकिंग प्लेस, बट मेनली इट वाज नरेगा एंड मोबाइल. It did not allow your economy to go into the recession because people were having money and that people, मैंने बताया ना जो force multiplier है, ठीक है, सॉरी money multiplier actually more in case of poor people. 100 रुपया जो ये अगर आप देखेंगे ना, if I am giving 1000 rupees to you and 1000 rupees to the rickshaw wala, to you means to the person of a middle class, by the end of the day, right, that middle class will be having more than 950 rupees in his pocket, and a person who is rickshaw wala, he will be having less than 500 rupees in his pockets by the end of the day. प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस है, आप करके देखना इस चीज़ को कभी। मिडिल क्लास वाला बंदा ना वो 10-20 रुपीज़ का खाना खाएगा बस हल्का सा, ठीक है, वो कहेगा कल के लिए बचा के रखना है। बट दिस पर्सन हु इज़ अ रिक्शा पुलर, ही विल ईट फूड ऑफ, सुबह अच्छे से खाएगा, शाम को अच्छे से खाएगा, राइट, एंड शाम को वो ही विल यूज़ अल्कोहल। हाँ, इट्स अ फैक्ट। दिस पर्सन, द मिडिल क्लास, will be talking about the savings for the future. He is not talking about the savings of the future. That's why ध्यान रखिएगा, जितना ज़्यादा पॉकेट में आप पैसा डालेंगे गरीब आदमी की, उतना ही वो इकोनॉमी को बूस्ट करेगा। ये मैं आपको हर बार बताता हूँ। आपका अमीर आदमी एक ऑडी खरीदेगा, यार एक ऑडी से क्या हो रहा है देश में? इट्स अबाउट मारुति, इट्स अबाउट द स्कूटर, right? How many Audi you will find in Hyderabad and beyond Hyderabad? But you will find Maruti everywhere, right? So that's why this is this concept. So in that time we were the market. These people brought in money into the market, bringing liquidity in the market, and that's why we didn't went into the recession at that time. And this thing was promoted by demand. यहाँ से आ रही थी डिमांड, राइट। इट वॉज फैसिलिटेटिंग। मोबाइल से क्या हुआ, लोगों के अकाउंट में पैसा जा रहा है, लोग पैसा ट्रांसफर कर रहा है, राइट, ये वहां से हो रहा था। इज इट क्लियर? सो इट वॉज द रीजन। इवन ये इवन एक, हालांकि उस वक्त वो थी आपकी वो प्रेसिडेंट प्रतिभा पाटिल, राइट, शी इज, पता ठीक है, आई वॉन्ट टू कमेंट बिकॉज शी हैज बीन द प्रेसिडेंट, बट स्टिल she I was going through one of his lecture at that time. She stated that at that time the culture of India to save, जो हमारा पुराना कहीं वैसी जगह लेक्चर दे रही थी वो, तो she was telling that we middle class are having the mentality of saving, and that saving has actually saved us during the recession. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, बचाते हैं ना, हम लोग बचा के आगे के लिए बचा के रखते हैं।
That is what recession is right in the end. People keep on saving.
सेविंग्स है, वो बचा रहे हैं, उसको बचा के उस टाइम पे खर्च कर रहे हैं। भाई वो क्या करते हैं हम लोग, उसको उस रेफरेंस में देखो आप। यार देखो, हर किसी को अपने कॉन्टेक्स्ट में यूज करना है आपको। आप ये नहीं कि वो हाँ अपने हिसाब से यूज करना है कि सेविंग आपने रखा हुआ था वो आपके अब काम आ गया।
So basically we do savings but not to such an extent it causes recession. Just to a certain extent.
हाँ,
for the future.
yes. Right, second चैप्टर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इज, ठीक है, इसमें यही है डेट के बारे में इन अ नटशेल। डेट वी आर हैविंग अप्रॉक्स लायबिलिटी ऑफ 90 लाख करोड़ टोटल लायबिलिटी। फिजिकल डेफिसिट, ये फिगर्स मैं जस्ट रिवाइज कर रहा हूँ, ये आप देख लेना, उसमें मैं आपको प्रॉपर चीज दे दूंगा, वहां से आप उठा लेना। फिजिकल डेफिसिट 9.5, 12 लाख करोड़ वी बोरोड दिस फाइनेंशियल ईयर, एंड आउट ऑफ इज द अलार्मिंग clock is that we are spending more than 9 lakh crore in the revenue expenditure. That is not useful. That's why government is targeting this, all these things they are doing. After that they are saying that ये हो गया beautiful. The positive part is we are having only 6% of the external liabilities, right, and it's around 1.5% of GDP, 1.52 के आसपास GDP का है। And short term debt, now coming to the sustainability of the debt, IRGD formula, right, it has been observed in the last 20 years that we have been in a negative zone, right. Secondly, our primary deficit is within the controlled zone. Third thing, if we see the configuration of the liabilities, then short term liabilities comparatively less, we are having long term liabilities, right. So, and the most prominently we are having more that means IRGD is negative, right, clear. Now अच्छा देखिए, मैंने आपको एक चीज़ कही थी कि यू शुड फॉलो द टर्म्स। जैसे क्या ना, एक क्वेश्चन आया था पोटेंशियल जीडीपी का, आया था ना, वो कहीं नहीं मिलेगा आपको। अब इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ने इस बार यूज़ किया है वो टर्म, राइट। दे आर सेइंग दैट पोटेंशियल जीडीपी विल इंक्रीज विद दिस NIP, नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पाइपलाइन से हमारा जीडीपी बढ़ेगा। क्यों बढ़ेगा? व्हाट इज पोटेंशियल जीडीपी? हाँ तो यस यू एब्सोल्युटली राइट। अब नाम क्या है? संतोष। आप क्वेश्चन पूछते हो बट ही इज, मतलब वो बोलते हैं ना कि स्लो एंड स्टडी टाइप में। हाँ, यस, राइट। लाइक potential GDP is like it is to be realized, right? You are having the potential and they're talking about future. So this term is very much applicable in the Indian context, right? We are having the potential. तो वो वही बोलता है, जब हम ये सोवरेन की बात करेंगे तो वो बोलता है कि यू कैन क्रिटिसाइज अस बट वी आर हैविंग मोर पोटेंशियल देन यू आर एंटिसिपेटिंग। सबसे बड़ा तो उसमें पोटेंशियल जीडीपी में ये है कि इफ़ यू आर ब्रिंगिंग ऑल इनफॉर्मल इनटू द फॉर्मल, इफ़ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल द इन्वेस्टमेंट्स जो हम बात कर रहे हैं। अभी तो मैं 5 ट्रिलियन की बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं 1.5 ट्रिलियन की 2025 तक बात कर रहा हूँ। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ब्रिंगिंग मोर एंड मोर इनटू द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पार्ट, राइट? What it will do, it will further increase the GDP. So potential GDP is nothing but the actual realization of the GDP, or potential of the GDP, which is hidden right now, and that can be, if it is realized, then how it can, where it can lead to us to, right? So this is to an extent a futuristic idea, right? इस पे क्वेश्चन आया था, मैं तभी बोल रहा हूँ यूपीएससी क्या है ना, आपको एक, आप कहोगे पता नहीं क्या बड़ी बड़ी बातें पढ़ के जाओगे, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ आप बस कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करके जाओ, लिखना आपको वही ये सब है, इसके अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं। आपको 8-10 कॉन्सेप्ट अगर क्लियर है ना इकोनॉमी में, ठीक है, आई डोंट नो व्हाई पीपल आर वरीड के इकोनॉमी हाई इकोनॉमी हाई इकोनॉमी। इकोनॉमी इज ऑल अबाउट 8 to 10 कॉन्सेप्ट्स। आप एग्रीकल्चर कर लो, आप इन्वेस्टमेंट मॉडल्स कर लो, आप इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कर लो, ठीक है, और एक बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट जो एक्सपेंशनरी और कॉन्ट्रैक्शनरी इकोनॉमी का है वो कर लो, ठीक है, और जो चल रही हैं चीज़ें वो कर लो, बस कुछ भी नहीं है इकोनॉमी। आपको बस कॉन्सेप्ट पता होने चाहिए, और बाकी यू हैव टू बी अवेयर अबाउट द पॉलिसीज और द प्रोग्राम्स गोइंग ऑन। जैसे अभी NIP चल रहा है, ये चलेगा, नेशनल ये मोनेटाइजेशन चल रहा है, ठीक है, स्ट्रेटेजिक सेल चल रही है, तो ये सारी जो कहानी चल रही है ना, दिस इज टू बी अ बैलेंस बिटवीन खर्चा एंड कमाई, दैट्स इट, ठीक है। अभी इसमें अगर आप देखेंगे बजट वाला जो दिखा रहा है वो बोल रहा है कि 36% आपका लाइबिलिटीज में पैसा जा रहा है सरकार का। वो बोलता है ना 1 रुपया कहाँ से आता है कहाँ जाता है। पहले क्वेश्चंस पूछती थी यूपीएससी उसमें से कि कहाँ से कितना आया, पूछ सकती है, वो तो आपको पता होना चाहिए, वो देख लेना, वो ग्राफ है सिंपल, उसमें इतना कुछ बताने का नहीं है। तो 36% वो जा रहा है उसका लाइबिलिटी में आपका, राइट? तो इसका मतलब सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है, यू हैव क्रॉस 9.5, क्लियर? देन नेक्स्ट चैप्टर इज ऑफ, एक वो था हमारा state of the microeconomy. यार मैं वो डेट सस्टेनेबिलिटी कम सोवरेन क्रेडिट रेट एजेंसीज पढ़ रहे थे ना हम, वो भी कराता हूँ अभी। स्क्वायर है ही नहीं शायद मेरा, कोई नहीं मैं करा देता हूँ, कुछ पॉइंट तो नहीं रह गया इसमें। डेवलपमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी, राइट, negative, no point is left, right? Then मैंने इसमें ओपन कर लेता हूँ। Coming to sovereign credit rating, right? This is Economic Survey Volume 1. See,
within chapter 1, sir, or is it different?
नहीं, मैं वही देख रहा हूँ किस वाले उसमें है वो, मैं एक्चुअली पता नहीं, वो मिस हो गया शायद वो। दिस इज चैप्टर नंबर 3, इसके बाद वाली चैप्टर है। Does India's sovereign credit rating reflect its fundamentals? This is basically 85. Chapter name is Does India's sovereign credit rating reflect its fundamentals. They are saying no. Right. Now, the idea is that three agencies are there: Fitch, Moody, and S&P, Standard and Poor. Right. S&P, Standards and Poor. Right. After that, this debate. Yes, I am seeing this. Fitch and S&P are using almost the same वो जो nomenclature जो use कर रहे हैं वो like BBB, AAA, right? वो पढ़ने की ज़्यादा जरूरत, मतलब ऐसे इतना याद करने की जरूरत नहीं, बस आपको ये पता होना चाहिए India has been downgraded to BBB minus. हाँ, right. And नहीं, Fitch and S&P are having this categorization, Moody is having different categorization. ठीक है. And हाँ, Moody का अलग है. Moody का है वो कुछ इनसे अलग है, इन दोनों से. Right now we are in this as per this Fitch and S&P, and below this we are going to be in the junk or junk grade, or it can be said that below BBB, this BBB minus, above this is investment grade, and below this is speculative. Right. That means they are saying that if we have categorized you above this, or you are going more above and above, that means they are saying that this economy is good for the investment purposes first, and if you are going below this and entering this zone, that means it's not good for the investment, in the sense that there might be chances that these countries who are in this zone can default in debt repayments. Right. This is how the categorization is. First thing. Second thing, now they are assuming, classically they have this economic survey is, they're upset, right? They are upset with these three agencies. Not only India, they are saying that China and India are upset with these agencies, because it has been observed in the past that what they have done with the China, the same is being repeated with India. That is, when China entered this top 5 economies in the world, its rating was downgraded. Same is repeated with India. Right? On the second instance, when China entered top 3 economy in PPP terms, they were downgraded. When it was repeated with India, they were again downgraded. Right? So now they are questioning the very ground which they are considering for the gradings. Right? For example, they are saying that there is no convergence between the categorization of India and categorization of other countries. For example, they are saying that they are preferring all the Western countries. Right? Secondly, they are saying that here they are talking also about pro-cyclicity, a term they are referring with respect to this rating agencies. Pro-cyclicity means what they are saying, that when your country is categorized as suppose for the BBB, then it is applicable across the economy. For example, Reliance, right? Now the Reliance will be categorized as below BBB minus because it is applied across the economy, across the companies which are in your country. So it is applicable across the economy. प्रो साइक्लिसिटी दे आर सेइंग, वही सेम टर्म जो वहाँ का है वो यहाँ पे अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, ठीक है उसको वो. तो नाउ दे आर सेइंग दैट इट इज ऑल्सो हार्मफुल, क्योंकि आप कैसे सबको एक साथ कैटेगराइज कर सकते हो? आपने एक बीबीबी डाला, कंट्री को सबको आपने कर दिया, राइट? नाउ दे आर एनालाइजिंग दिस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द वेरियस macroeconomic indicators. Now they are saying that in the past 20 years they are saying that our GDP growth is substantial. Right. To an extent, we have tried to control inflation. Our exchange rates, right? Inflation हो गया. Our fiscal deficits, law and order, good governance, ease of doing business. Right? There are 7 or 8 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? All these things are under control. Despite this fact, they are biasing, they are having biasness while they are categorizing or grading the countries, right? They are saying that there is no correlation. Now they are saying that their biasness is based upon their preconceived notions. For example, they are saying that if a country Somalia, right, if it's not doing good, but now it was not doing good and now had started performing well, now how their past will continue to haunt them? What these agencies are doing, they are assuming their past more, they are focusing on that part. So their biases in the sense that this country was not good. So now they have improved upon, now you have to focus on their present. If the country is doing good, that means you have to take into that cognizance, right? But what they are doing, they are not taking the present realities. So they are saying that the same is taking place with India and China, that these agencies are not taking the ground economic realities. And that's why, though we have entered PPP, top PP3 economies, at the same point of time they downgraded us. What is the logic behind that? Despite that we are doing good in the ease of doing business, despite that they are not. And the most important factor which should be considered while analyzing the sovereign debt rating, whether you have defaulted or not. That should be the basic criteria. India has not even singly defaulted on the payments. They have not defaulted at all. Despite that we haven't defaulted once, even then you are not upgrading, or you have keeping us in this BBB and all these things, right? Now what I feel that why this has been highlighted by this economic survey, because naturally we are we are in need of more funds, right? Even they are saying that this fiscal deficit will come around 4 point something in 24-25. So it's a huge time, it's a long time, long duration. So in between we have to borrow the money. And now they are saying that and we are at the BBB negative, if they are not warned, if this issue is not highlighted, then if we are downgraded, then we will be in the speculative category. then it can be alarming for us, right? But the economic survey is also telling something different from this, saying that there is no correlation between the investments and these ratings, right? They are analyzing short term, medium term and long term impacts when the economy was downgraded or upgraded by these agencies, right? Now they are saying that effectively there is no any coincidence. For example, they are saying that Sensex in the long run no effect, right? Exchange rate, ठीक है, लॉन्ग रन में कोई इफेक्ट नहीं है, वो इन्होंने दिया हुआ है वो सारा, ठीक है, मैं समझा दे रहा हूँ, प्लीज गो थ्रू इट, राइट? देन दे आर सेइंग FPI, there is no effect, right? If you see the FPI in the last season, the last year, last financial year, though when during the time of pandemic, initially FPIs withdraw their money in the first half, in the last quarter of that 2019-20 मार्च तक पैसा निकाला था उन्होंने, but after that huge inflow is there in India, right? We are having 586, right, and have become 5th destination in terms of and this foreign investment, right? That means if you have downgraded us, then investors should not be interested in investing in India, but still they are investing. That means investors have defied those agencies. The economic surveys of that opinion, they are saying that because that they know, the investors know that we are having the potential and you are downgrading us. That means there is some flow with those agencies. That's why they are questioning these agencies.
Same like China.
Science, China.
So though they declared it, they are getting huge inflows of FDI.
हाँ,
And they are growing.
talk about China. They have been downgraded, but still they are one of the huge on the reserves of FDIs. Right? Now it is again questioning the functioning of sovereign credit rating agencies. They are taking certain examples. They are saying that you are acting in a knee-jerk reaction. The role is, if you are really competent, capable enough, then you should warn the world when any eventuality is going to take place. Rather, what you are doing, neither you are warning the world, and more than that, you are becoming disastrous in the sense that you are taking knee-jerk steps. For example, they are taking the example of East Asian crisis. They are saying that when this crisis took place, where were you at that time? And when this crisis took place, in the coming 2 years, you downgraded these economies substantially. When there is crisis, you should come up with the ideas so that that crisis can be averted. If not averted, at least these economies should be sustained. यार आपके पास आप वैसे ही बर्बाद हो रहे हैं, right? And what you are doing, the best example is how you will treat a student in a school who is not intelligent, who is weak in studies. One idea is you declared that you are weak and nobody will teach you, nobody will help you out. And the second idea is you will try to bring that weak child into the mainstream. वो टीचर से बोलेंगे इसका स्पेशल आपको ध्यान रखना है. When that child was not getting involved in the studies, at that time you did not take note of that child. And now what you are doing, when it has been declared that child is naughty and he is not studying, at that time you are saying that okay, we will not take care of that, right?
So if that's the case, I mean, these rating agencies are private in nature, right? They are not welfaristic. So what incentive do they have to take measures to avert a crisis rather than they just want to invest in different countries, right?
Sorry.
So these rating agencies, being private in nature,
हाँ
they don't necessarily have the incentive to care about the welfare of an economy.
Huh.
All they want to do is invest in some place,
हाँ
right? So I think with the given argument, we should not be.
नहीं, that's why they are questioning. That's why they are questioning these agencies. That what is your role? Your role has always been questioned in the past as well as you are doing this, repeating the same things. Where were you in the during the time of crisis, 2008-9? Where were you at that time? And not only that, what you did during the time of European crisis, you again did this, repeated the same thing during the time of European crisis. 8-9 में आपने क्या किया? Drastically Greece, PIGS countries में जब हाहाकार मचा, then again you did the same thing. यार उस टाइम पे दे आर इन नीड ऑफ मनी, दे आर इन नीड ऑफ इन्फ्यूजन ऑफ कैपिटल. आपने उनको डाउनग्रेड कर दिया, जो थोड़ा बहुत आने वाले लोग थे वो भी खत्म हो गए. योर इकोनॉमी इज इन द शैम्बल्स.
So they're basically questioning just the validity of the agency.
Yes.
They are not at all useful.
Yes,
Especially during crisis.
especially during the crisis.
Even rather than not even in the crisis, they are not at all useful. Right, sir? Anyway, the investors are coming to the countries which they are finding, like if they are capable
हाँ.
of like,
But these rating agencies serve as a benchmark for investment.
See, that's what they are saying, that you are supposed to follow that, right? But because you are losing, ये सारे examples, you are losing your credibility.
they are lost their-
And now they are justifying, see, despite your downgrading, people are coming to us. People are going to China.
they lost their credibility.
That means we are losing our credibility. That's what they're warning. Right. So again, in this, you can also talk about जो हमने debt वाला किया है, वही तो है, वो यही इसको आप extend करोगे उससे, वही बात ये कर रहा है. We have proved in the previous discussion that we are sustainable, we are capable enough to repay our debts. That's it. So कहते रहिए जो कहना है. Right. So this is all about this. इसमें और कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं है. Then they are, तो वही ये चीज़ बोल रहे हैं कि in the Indian context they are questioning, वो चाइना और डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज मतलब सारे लोग इनके अगेंस्ट बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, पता नहीं, लेकिन when during the time of this, when India was upgraded in the past, तो ये दिखा रहे हैं कि 7 पूरे प्रोसेस हुए हैं, 7 अपग्रेड, 7 में से 4 डाउनग्रेड हुए हैं, 3 अपग्रेड. वो सारा देख लेना एक बार. मेन कॉन्सेप्ट इसका यही है, whether it is sustainable or not. Right, 10 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं, then we'll be starting with 2 or 3 concepts analyzing the whole economy.